baby, what's up, everybody? We've got this new Hall of Heroes coming out this weekend. 4-star Light Assassin. Let's take a look at her, see if we like her. I don't have her on my main. We did her a little bit on the Samoth. If you guys want to see some gameplay with her, go check out the Samoth video, the Samoth series. It's like, just say Samoth, like beginners, whatever, playthrough, gameplay, whatever. Because we did a series on Samoth, and we also had her in there that we used a little bit as well. So that's I've used her on that account. She works nicely with, well, I'll explain later. But anyway, we've got her this weekend. Rip to everyone that's in the path of the tornado, the hurricane. Get it right? How do I not? This is all it's everyone's talking about down here. So no power, no internet, no light. Get one of your friends to farm it for you, I guess. The 4-star Light Assassin. So anyway, let's take a look at her. Also, guys, Saturday morning summons most likely will not be live or even be done this weekend. So I'll post another summoning video. I'll have one of those scheduled, all ready to upload. I'll record it in advance and have one of those scheduled to upload, because we are getting hit by a pretty crazy hurricane. It's category 5 right now, which is catastrophic. So we'll see what happens with that. So I don't want to be like, yeah, in the minute trying to do Saturday morning summons in the middle of a hurricane. Let's be realistic. So anyway, just to let you guys know what's going on and to be like, oh, well, that's why there's no Saturday morning summons live. Okay. So, and also some other streamers. I know there's some other streamers on Twitch that are around here, that are in Florida. So they might be, you might be like, where are they? Like not half of them, but like a noticeable amount of people that usually stream over the weekend and they just haven't been streaming. That could be the reason. Okay, so we've got Natalie. Okay, let's see. She's got decent, and she's gonna, when she's 6 stars, she's got, I don't want to check the user rating. Ugh. Okay, 845. These are the stats when she's good crit rate, excellent crit. She doesn't buff her own crit rate like the Dark one does. The Dark one would be way better, right? The Dark one would be way better. She is destined to be a Hall of Heroes monsters. Mark my words. Wow. I guess he was unless he said that today. Unless it was today he made that comment. Okay. So, but I mean, it's pretty good. I would have guessed her to be a Hall of Heroes monster too. The thing with her, okay, she's got this defense break here, first skill, defense break. She's got good attack power. We've got the brand, which is nice, defense break and brand, and I'll talk a little bit more about why that's good. Here we've got this attacks and silences the enemy for 2 turns. If the target dies, all other enemies will receive the remaining silence effect. These enemies under the silence effect won't be able to use the skills with cooldown time, excluding the passive skills. So this kind of reminds me of another Hall of Heroes that we got as well. And the question is, are we using bearing? Not really too much. If you have other monsters that silence, if you have Samoth will just reduce the cooldown, which is also good against monsters that have revives too, that like automatically revive. Like other Samoths or like Perna or things like that. Or like also like monsters that have passives like Theomars. Samoth is just better against Theomars. He reduces the cooltime, and then you can just kill Theomars too. But bearing, he's got this silence similar to, right? It's a 2-turn silence similar to the Light Assassin. So let's think about where we can actually use the Light Assassin. She is an element neutral damage dealer. We've had those before though. We've had the Dark Neo Stone Fighter. We've had things like that. We've had the Dark Phantom Thief, element neutral, single target, damage dealer, nukers. So where can she most likely be used? Maybe Guild Wars. Okay. Think about that. Giants, she's got the defense break, she's got the brand. She could be useful in Giant speed teams. You really don't think too much about the silence here for Giant speed teams. But she's got defense break, first skill. She's got brand. So she's got the two things, like the same reason Stella, the water assassin, is used. Defense break and brand. We've also got this, decrease the attack gauge each for this. So kind of a little bit, I don't know, I want to see their damage next to each other. Natalie actually has better attack power, so she's gonna be doing a little bit more damage than Stella would be. and she's got both of these same first and second skills. So we could still use her for like giant speedruns, dragon speedruns. Could still be possible. I wonder if it makes her... I think maybe if you don't have the water one, then maybe you might think about building this one. But I mean, this is for like end game speedruns, and usually by that time you have other stuff. But she could be useful in those situations. Do you use her for arena offense? Maybe in certain situations if you have Tiana Galleon, or if you have like, because you need to bring a second damage dealer with her. You can't just like you would need to strip everything, right? Make sure they're stripped. You need to make sure, because she needs a Galleon. She can't just have a defense break and whatever and expect her to kill, because she needs to kill with this, right? So I'd probably ruin her speed, crit damage, attack, and have her... I really feel like Tiana and Galleon would be the best optimal situation for Natalie. So maybe the people that have Tiana and Galleon might get a kick out of using her with those teams, and then a secondary damage dealer if they don't have too many crazy damage dealers, because she does have this, but she really does need the attack buff and the defense break to work. Otherwise, she's not going to be doing a bunch of damage with just the defense break. So you've got to maybe use her in that team going first to like nuke one monster down and then do your other damage dealer, because all the other monsters are silenced too. I think that could be a one use for her for arena offense. But aside from that, she's a single target monster. You really need to bring the strip and the attack buff defense break, because otherwise, unless you really want to do like a really slow arena offense, that's really the place. I think I was using her with Samoth, Bernard, Galleon, and Natalie, but I was using her in low level where there was no shield or will or stuff like. Well, shield really is not the biggest deal, but will runes would be a big deal for that. But I was using her, and that's why I didn't really need Tiana, because you know they don't have anything anyway. Like they wouldn't have immunity anyway. But that's that for her. For arena defense, I really don't see that too much. Guild War. The unfortunate thing, like, it could be, like, I was thinking about, like, oh, well, could it be cool to use Gemini, Orion, and Natalie, but she's not. If she was Isabel, that would be, I mean, Isabel would be fantastic in that team, because Isabel already buffs her crit rate and her attack power, and then will continue to attack. If the enemy dies, you get another turn, and you can just kill something else. So Isabel really, really works in that Gemini Orion team, because she gets that defense break, plus you got the strip, plus you got the attack buff and crit rate buff as well. So I mean, Isabel works much better there. Natalie, not so much, because you would still need, again, Tiana Galleon. But you could Tiana Galleon Natalie if for Guild War offense. Definitely, I could see that being a team. But I wonder, like, do you, maybe if you don't have any or many better options, she can kill and she'll silence 2 of the targets. But let's talk about other places that we could use her. Like Giants and Dragons, you could stick her in a speed run. It's really not so much about the silence, it's more about the defense break and brand, and big single target damage, right? This could be nice to use. Maybe it could be potentially helpful in like against the Zyros stage, like the mid boss. If you kill one of the crystals and then you silence Zyros, that could be potentially helpful. So I see her more than the bearing, the Dark Cobalt Bomber that we got from there in those places, and at least reliable brand and defense break might be fun, or might be good to use. But also, I really don't see her in Necropolis though. I mean, maybe you could use her in Necropolis, but as long as the other team, like, if you have a good rest of the team, then it doesn't matter anyway, right? Something could be possible. Do you use her? She's too squishy for TOA. Even though she does have AoE silence, there's much better stuff for TOA. For raids R5, no. You can't sound. You gotta silence the boss. Yeah, that's gonna defense breaking barrier. But is she still? I mean, she would. I really think she needs to bring more. She's at least got the defense breaking brand, but she really, I would want her to bring more. And she might be a little on the squishy side, hard. Well, she is on the squishy side. She might be a little hard to keep alive for that, right? But I do think that she would actually be good in the Rift Beasts. I think she would actually be good in the Rift Beasts. Defense break and brand, very important to do max damage on Rift Beast, and big single target damage dealer. So I do think that you can rune her to be for maximum damage and use her in Rift Beasts. Could be a thing. Defense break and brand. Which Rift Beast do I think you could use her? Well, she's element neutral, so she'd be a decent damage dealer for any of them, I feel like. Just she's got those two important debuffs to do maximum damage to them, especially when they're in the, well, not especially, only when they're in groggy state, but to do max damage when they're in groggy state. So, and since this is not, this doesn't do damage, this is just a silence, AoE silence, so it doesn't actually do damage, so it really doesn't help in the Fire Rift Beast. But I think it could be helpful in some of the Rift Beasts, and could be something fun to try out in Dragons and Giants for speedruns. I don't know that it would necessarily make it really much different than Stella, though. I think that Stella still would be the better option to do. I mean, this one, if it was Isabel, I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, yes! Yes, Guild War offense all the way. She's so much fun. Oh my god. Because I love to use, I haven't really used my Tanya in a while, but I have Tanya built for Guild War offense, and I think just Isabel's a better version of Tanya. But similar to this, I mean, we see Stella being used in Rifts, right? In against the Rift Beasts. So we already see something like that being used. Unfortunately, this is a little bit better than this in many cases, but we'll try her out. We'll try her out. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's kind of similar to the Dark Cobalt Bomber in the fact that it silences, but it's also, it's like a mix between Stella and it's a mix between her and the Dark Cobalt Bomber. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I know all the people that summoned her are like, RIP, one of my only light Dark Lightnings, RIP, oh my god, I hate this, come to us, you're such a-holes. They had to pick something, man, they had to pick something. And you knew they couldn't pick something like crazy like Faye or Beta, give everyone like an OP light dark Nat 4. They did Gemini, which was nice. Natalie's not the worst, but she's not the best. They could have done worse, guys. They could have light liched us. They could have light liched us. They could have been like, here's a light lich. Enjoy, guys. And I would have been like, oh, F this. At least they gave us Natalie is a little more useful than the light lich. All right, guys. Did I miss out on anything? I think, oh, RT, maybe RTA, but no, not RT. I don't really see her using RTA. Unless you're going like really YOLO speed team, and, I mean, you could, but to actually make her work, I wouldn't recommend it, but I think if you got like really great runes, you could do some fun stuff with her, anyway. Because she does do silence too, which is kind of might be nice for RT, but if she gets hit by anything, she's gonna die. That's the thing. So you got outspeed, you gotta make sure you get turn 1, and you gotta start killing things. So you need Tiana Galleon, you need other really OP stuff in there. So maybe Tiana Galleon, Konamiya Lucian team, and then you're like, who do I ban? You got two combos that are gonna kill me. Tiana Galleon Natalie is gonna kill something and then silence everything else. And then Konamiya Lucian is just gonna like research Lucian, then AoE amputation magic. So I wonder. I mean, it would be interesting, but the vibe, it's so YOLO though. It's so YOLO. But anyway, guys, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck in farming and be safe to everyone that's in the path of the almighty storm. I will see you guys in the next video.